it's me, Emma Lou. Today is kind of a cool day. I'm going to walk you through the first 4 days of my workouts. I'm going to show you some, I don't have a lot of clips, but I have some footage of my workouts. But if we're being completely honest, it's kind of scary and a little bit embarrassing to film yourself in the gym. I'm not super comfortable with that yet. So maybe as time goes on, I'll have more of a I don't really care vibe. But for right now, it's a little bit much for me. I do want to say that my workouts, my first 4 days, are probably going to be a little bit different than yours. It depends on how active you already are. Me personally, I'm already pretty active. I regularly work out. In the month of December, I got a little bit lazy, but for the most part, I do work out. I do remember when I first got into the gym though, and it was awful. So if any of you are just starting off your journeys and you're going from a place of being inactive to now you're starting to go to the gym, I totally feel for you because it is so hard. It is so hard to start your journey. You can do it, but just know, be mentally prepared. It's hard. I remember I felt sick. I was breathing really hard. It hurt to breathe. And I didn't understand why people were doing this, but I figured this is what you do to be healthy. So I just pushed through. Thank goodness I pushed through, because once you can get through that initial, oh, yuck, this is hard, it really does become easy. You don't feel sick every time you work out. It doesn't hurt to breathe every time you work out. You get to a point where your body adjusts and your body is able to do more. So if you're starting from a point where you don't know, where you've done absolutely nothing, don't give up. I promise if you push through, it really will get so good to the point that you really genuinely will enjoy working out. You just have to find an exercise that works for you. Let's also talk about the different kinds of working out, okay? I kind of split them into two big categories. There's cardio and there's weights. Some people mix them. I'm not at the mix them level yet. I do my cardio as my cardio and I do my weights as my weights. And cardio, super easy. It's kind of boring, but I can get on a treadmill and I can go. I can go do some Muay Thai and I can go. I really struggle with weights. It's been a goal of mine recently before the New Year's to get into weights. And my big setback or my big hesitation is that it's a little bit scary. I don't know if anybody else relates to that, but I know for me personally, it's a little bit scary. You're going, as a lady, I don't love going to work out with a bunch of dudes that are big and strong and buff, and they're looking at themselves in the mirror and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a big buff dude. That's what I'm thinking. They're thinking in their heads. They're probably just, counting and stuff. I'm sure they're not just looking at themselves being like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm so buff. A little bit, I'm sure they're doing that. I would do that too. But as a lady, for me, it can be a little bit intimidating. Now, there are some women that I'm sure get up there and they're like, whatever, I'm here. That's just not me. Some things that I like to remind myself are, one, everyone is there for themselves and everyone is focusing on themselves. There are going to be some jerks. But, and this is another thing I like to remind myself, generally speaking, people are pretty nice. Again, there's some exceptions, but generally speaking, people are very nice. We all are there to work on ourselves. We're there because we want to be, we're trying to take better care of our bodies. So just remember, they're focused on themselves, and also people are pretty nice. I also like to remind myself, just because I'm a girl that's not the buffest girl, it doesn't mean I don't belong there. I belong in front of the mirrors with those dumbbells just as much as the dude bros belong there too. We all belong. We all have bodies. We all want to get stronger. It's the gym. That's what we're there for. So don't get so hard on yourself. Don't get so caught up in your brain that you don't go do this. If it's scary, do it. It is so good to do things that scare us. And the more you do it, the more you do become comfortable with it. So this is what I did day one. I've got it written down, okay? So day one was a leg day for me. I'm still doing body weights. That's just me. But I would imagine I'm going to start holding weights pretty soon, hopefully within the next month or so. So I started with lunges. I'm going to be honest. I really hate lunges. They're really hard for me to do. Lunges are hard, y'all. I don't like them, but I do them. And, I do 2 sets of 12 reps. I don't know if that's how you say that. I'm still learning the lingo, but that means I do 12 lunges 2 times on each side. Does that make sense? And those were all body weight. And then I did sumo squats, and I did 2 sets of 15. Again, that was just body weight. And then I did 30 sit-ups, just body weight. And then this is fun. I love these. I did some hip abductions. So that's when you're sitting, you see all the Instagram ladies doing them. You got like the padded stuff on both sides of your legs, and you push your legs apart. It kills the booty. It gets the booty so good. I love those. So that was hip abduction. Where'd it go? Hip abduction, 70 pounds. So I had it at 70, and I did 3 sets of 12. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's how I'm saying it. I'll learn. And then I did leg press, 3 sets of 10. Is that how you say that? I did 10 reps 3 times, right? Total I did 30, but it was like, you do 10, then you rest, and okay. And I did that at 160 pounds. Okay, so my leg press was 160. And then for my cardio, because I said I would do cardio for at least 15 minutes, for my cardio, it was the treadmill that day, and I did it on setting 5 for 5 minutes, and then I did it on setting 4 for 10 minutes. So I'm hoping that that's going to go up, but that's where I'm starting. So that was pretty cool. What I liked about this is I'm kind of seeing the weights that I'm able to do. That way in the future, I'll be able to progress. And I like this because then you guys can see, oh, well, this is where she's starting. Maybe there's some exercises that you would like to do. Or, you come up with your own exercise. You do you. Okay, let's jump into day 2. So for day 2, I did some arm stuff. And I'm not going to lie, this day was a little bit more intimidating for me. There were a lot of guys at the gym, and they were all in front of the mirrors with the benches. And I was like, oh my gosh. But if you just don't think about it and you just go do it, just do it. And it was fine. I was fine. I survived. Let's get into what I did. Okay, we got our notes. Okay. So I did skull crushers, and y'all, I love skull crushers. I love them. I love them. I love them. So I do all these things with dumbbells. So I did skull crushers. I was holding 7.5 pounds, and I did 2 sets of 10, and then I did 1 set of 8. My arms got a little bit tired, and they couldn't do it anymore. So I said, okay, we're doing 8 today. We're doing 2 sets of 10, and then I did 1 of 8. I did a standing dumbbell press, and I did it at 7.5 pounds. I did 10 sets of 3, and I wrote down a little arrow. So that means next time I'm going to go up in weight. So I'm going to move that up to 10 pounds. So I'm going to move from 7.5 to 10, that's pretty great. I'm excited about that. And then I did a tricep push down, and I did 30 pounds on those. And because this one wasn't a dumbbell. This was like attached to like the cable situation. And I did 10 sets of 3. No, 3 sets of 10. 3 sets of 10. Ooh, next, this was pretty fun. This was fun and also tiring. I got a little bit pooped, and I wasn't able to finish the set at the end, which is I'm okay with because it was towards the end of what I was wanting to do. So it was what was it called? The standing dip assist. And this one's a little bit different because it's not the weights that you put on the standing dip assist are to counterbalance your weight. So I set it to 145 pounds, but I'm not actually lifting 145 pounds. It's whatever my weight is minus 145 pounds. But just for simplicity, I'm just going to write down 145 pounds. And then as I get better, I can just kind of compare it to the new numbers. So, but that was really fun. And I really love that one. So I did 145 pounds, 10 reps, 3 times. And then, I tried to do it 10. I tried to do 10, but on the last set, I was only able to get 9 reps in, and then I failed. There was muscle failure, so I couldn't do it anymore. But that's pretty good. It means I'm pushing myself, and I'm pleased with that. This was really cool. I decided to do a burnout on my shoulders. I don't know what to call it. And actually, if I haven't already, I'm going to insert the footage here. It was a burnout on my shoulders, and I loved it. I I don't have a name for it. I don't know that there is a name for it. I just call it punch the sky. I just punch the sky. It was something that I learned in Muay Thai to condition our shoulders so that we could keep our, because when you're fighting, you want to keep your hands up, and it can get kind of, when you're fighting and punching and everything, you get tired keeping your hands constantly up. So what I did is I did 2 minutes of punch the sky. And all I do is you hold 2-pound dumbbells. You could technically go higher, but just because it's a burnout, and just for what it is, 2 pounds is what I do. I'm completely fine with that. This one is not one that I'm super concerned about going up in weight. Maybe at most I would do 5 pounds, but that just sounds crazy to me. So right now I did 2 pounds. We'll see what happens in the future. But you just basically it's just what it is. You just punch the sky for 2 minutes. Day 3 was actually pretty cool. As far as my workout goes, I really enjoyed my workout. I'm going to be honest. After my workout, later in the day, I did have a little bit of an energy crash is what I'm going to call it. And I'll talk about that more in my what I ate video. But just my workout, though, was fire. I really did. I loved my workout. It was so good. So it was another arm day, and arm and chest. And y'all, I am feeling it today. Like, all in here is just sore. Oh, it's so good. Okay, here's the thing. I did some dumbbell flies. Life goes on, okay? You learn, you do things, and then later you learn, you did something you're not supposed to do. Don't do as I do, and you'll be fine. I'm just saying, this is what I did. We're learning together. Learning. But just, so that you guys do know what I did. I did dumbbell flies, 10 pounds. I did 3 sets of 10. I did the dumbbell bench press, and I did 3 sets of 10 at 10 pounds, which was cool. And then I did hammer curls, 10 pounds, and I was able to do 2 sets of 10. And then my arms were like, nope, you're not doing it anymore. So I didn't do any more. Something that I know. Oh, this was something that I noticed. Something that I noticed is my hands. I apparently have like little delicate hands, because they get really tired and sore just holding the dumbbell. So I'm hoping that hand strength is a thing and that my hands get stronger because they get all red and sore. Not only am I resting my muscles in between my sets, but I'm resting my hands too, and I'm like stretching them out. I'm like, oh, shaking them, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my poor little hands. I really enjoyed my cardio. I actually ended up doing 20 minutes instead of 15, and I was on the elliptical. I didn't put it to a setting. I just kind of let myself do what I wanted to do, and I noticed when my music gets a little bit faster and the beats get a little bit more bum, 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 my body moves a little bit faster. So that's why it's so important, and I've always known this. It's so important to have a really good playlist while you're working out, and to have variety. That way you're into your workout and you're moving, and because there's nothing better than a really good cardio day when your music is fire. That is the best. So I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun yesterday on the elliptical. All right, so here is day 4. I wasn't planning on going to the gym, but the weather was so nice. I still didn't go to the gym, but the weather was really nice, and I ended up doing a workout in my backyard. It was a small one. It was just abs, and I really enjoyed it. I started with sit-ups. I didn't do any sets or reps or anything. I just go. When I do my sit-ups, I just go. And then I also like to add in some like punches when I get to the top. It's just fun for me. I really enjoy that. So I did sit-ups just for, I don't know how long. I just did it until I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore. Typically when I'm in the gym, I will actually time myself. So I'll either set a timer, or sometimes I'll even just do it for the whole duration of a song. So like maybe I'll just put on a song that I really like that's maybe around 3 minutes, and I'll just do my sit-ups. I'll just do my crunches. For me, I enjoy that. It's kind of like a good little burnout or something. I don't know. It's like a little challenge. It's kind of fun to do. That's what I like to do. Next, I did a plank, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty unhappy with my planks right now. I used to be able to do them for not like a long time, but more than I was able to do today. This was really hard for me, but that's okay. I'm getting stronger. I'm learning. I'm getting back into my fitness. So I'm working on my planks. This is where they're at right now. I set a timer for a minute. I couldn't hold it for very long, but that's where the improvement comes in. Finally, I did some reverse crunches. I'm gonna be honest, I'm new to reverse crunches. I learned about them recently, and then I didn't think that I'd be able to do them. They looked really hard, so I was like, oh, I'm not at that level yet. And then I just ended up trying them. Turns out reverse crunches are pretty easy, I think, unless I'm doing them wrong. To be honest, I'm not sure. I may be doing them wrong, but this is my version of reverse crunches. I'm sure I can improve my form. If I can, hopefully I'll figure it out, but whatever. For now, it works. So that's it, y'all. This is what I did for my workouts the first 4 days. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling pretty energized. I'm not super hungry right now, which is great because yesterday was pretty bad. But I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling really motivated, and I'm hoping that whatever I said today can influence you to do something good for yourself. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration, some good ideas. I'm not saying do exactly what I do because I'm just trying to figure out what works for me, and what works for me may not work for you. Everybody is so unique and different, but this is what I like to do, and this is what I'm trying. So leave a comment below if you have any questions or requests, or just words of encouragement. I love those. Please give this video a like, and don't forget, if you liked what you saw and you'd like to continue following me on my journey, hit that subscribe button. Bye, y'all.